مجموعه کاخ گلستان ما، مجموعه نیاوران و مجموعه سعدآباد یه سیر تاریخی دارن. قاجار رو در کاخ گلستان میبینن، میان نیاوران قاجار رو میبینن و پهلوی رو، میرن سعدآباد تماما پهلوی رو میبینن.
Being able to see centuries of history all in one place is an exceptional experience. There are 21 museums that are open to visitors in the Saadabad complex. To start my journey, I asked the family their favorites and then a group of students, and they all told me to go to
کاخ سفید.
کاخ سفید. پس همتون میگید کاخ سفید اصلا بهتره.
بله، چون که واقعا از لحاظ لوازمی که داخلش هست، چیدمانش، اتاقایی که داره.
Whoa, there's a line. I can't wait to get in. The White House. Sounds familiar? Not in Washington. This one's in Iran. It's the biggest of all the palaces here. Its construction dates back to about 100 years ago and was used as a summer house of the last monarch of Iran, Mohammad Reza Pahlavi, in the 70s. Many artists took part in making this building what it is today, from miniature paintings on the walls to eye-catching plasterwork and gigantic handmade rugs. The works of art are not limited to Iranian artists. On display in the Dishes Museum were specially hand-designed dishware from Danish to French artists. Also here I found works by Spanish painter Salvador Dali, but not paintings, rather his surrealistic work on dishware. But what was served on these dishes, and who made cuisine worthy for these? It was interesting. Still looking at this kitchen, it didn't look from 50 years ago. It was quite modern. After all, it was preparing food for the monarchs and their guests. Talking about classical cars and classics, this is a classic. But let's go and check out the royal cars in the royal palace. The War Museum here showcases the history of Iran's military. Here I found artillery from 200 years ago with a Persian touch. The artillery was engraved with impeccable designs. It also had the personal guns of Iran's monarchs, dating all the way back to the 17th century. Some were gifts from other nations and some the first machine guns ever made here.
در سال 1391 1,600,000 بازدید از موزه های این مجموعه شده که از این تعداد 65,000 نفر بازدید کننده خارجی بودند.
Aside from the palaces and museums, just walking this scenic route is quite enjoyable. Serenity, calmness, and beauty. Tall, overstretching trees, green as green can be. Eye-catching ponds and streams. Words are not enough. Just look and enjoy. All this water and beauty led me to another palace, one that ironically had become the Water Museum. I knew qanats existed in the deserts of Iran, but till I came to the Saadabad Palace in the Water Museum, I found out they even were used all over Iran and even in Tehran in the mountainous region to convey water. The underground system was dug by hand over decades to bring water from the spring of mountains to the houses of people. The technology was developed by Persians about 3,000 years ago, and the technique spread along the Silk Road eastwards to China and also westwards to as far away as Spain. This is the Umidvar Brothers Museum. These were the first Iranians to travel all around the globe with just a motorcycle and a car. Let's check it out. In 1954, Isa and Abdullah Umidvar started their journey to discover the world, a journey that took a decade of their lives. They traveled around the globe for 7 years on 2 motorbikes, a journey from Tehran to Mashhad, then to Asia and Australia, then going to the South and North Poles, still on bikes, to the Americas and the Amazon forest. In Europe, they continued their journey for the next 3 years on car, going to the Sahara in Africa and meeting the tribes, and then back home. Iranian art and handicraft were on display in every corner of Saadabad. One of the things I liked was the clothing worn by the monarchs. Most of Farah Diba's dresses were suzanduzi, that means needleworking. This is a kind of sewing by hand on silk fabric. These designs are inspired by dreams of Baluchi women, a province in southeastern Iran. And the most famous that did all these works that are on display is Mahtab Nowruz, who passed away, unfortunately. Mahmoud Farshchian, better known as Master Farshchian, is known for modernizing miniature drawings, an art form which started from Persia but later spread to China, Turkey, and other Middle Eastern countries.
با استفاده از رنگ، بعد یا پرسپکتیو به کار دادن، چیزی که قبلا توی مینیاتور قدیم ایرانی وجود نداشته و فضا کاملا دو بعدی بوده، ولی ایشون با رنگ اون فضای سه بعدی رو ایجاد کردن.
This was Reza Shah Pahlavi's place of residence in the 1920s.
تنها فرهنگ ما اینجا معرفی نمیشه، چون بسیاری از هدایایی رو که شاه‌ها دریافت کردن از ممالک دیگه اینجا داریم که گویای فرهنگ اونها هم هستش.
We liked it very much. It's quite splendid, overwhelming, and a bit too much. What would you say?
Too much. Its mirror hall is famous, and just the mirror works took 4 years to complete. How is the mirror hall?
Overwhelming.
I wouldn't want to wake up with that, because that's really a lot.
By far, the Green Palace is the landmark of all the palaces in the Saadabad complex. Be sure to visit this one. Qajar and Pahlavi for Iran.